Hi, everyone. My name is Faith Eason. My business is Focal Safety Management. I am a safety enhancement specialist. So what I do is I help workplaces with their health and safety. So today, what I'm going to talk about is training. I am also a trainer. So what I do is basically help my clients by giving them the information, the skills and the knowledge to be able to manage workplace health and safety. One of the requirements of the legislation is training and instruction. So that's part of what I do to help my clients to be compliant. So I do face-to-face training. So over the years, I know with one client, I would have trained over maybe nearly 200 of their staff over a period of maybe 1.5 to 2 years. Over 200 staff members that they had employed, able to train them. I've trained many other workplaces and other organizations. And I can, as I said, I do the face-to-face training. And then in recent times, I was actually working on the online option, because I realized that once I trained my clients themselves, as well as their staff, and I set them up and they got, their business, started scaling and growing. They became so busy that they weren't able to maybe induct the new workers or otherwise have refresher courses for their staff. So what I did, I converted my face-to-face training into an online product as well. So in doing that, I wanted to ensure that my clients were compliant, because it's important that workplaces are consistently training their staff and reinforcing safety within the workplace. And that's the way they can do it, through actually training. So that gives my clients the option of still using the online product as well, to reinforce, to refresh all the training, and in terms of also the policies and procedures they have in their workplaces. So with COVID, I found that now clients are a bit more agreeable, or they've learned more about online training. So that's worked great. Prior to that, prior to COVID, I was already using Zoom. And my intention was to be able to train clients, excuse me. Pardon me, I was just saying, I just had something in my throat. So what I was saying is that prior to COVID, I was already looking at options to be able to train my clients, via Zoom. So I was already doing that. But with COVID, obviously, it got people, they were forced actually to be able to actually now start using the product. So I have been able to do training with different clients online, via Zoom. One of the I suppose more extensive ones that I've done now is I trained board members of an organization as well as the management team via Zoom. And that was quite a big training on bullying and harassment. So that was very significant for the organization. They wanted that done. So as I said, that was about 2.5 hours of training. That's how intense it was, and the responses and the communication. And, and you're working with people that are, management roles and things like that. So I really gave them the opportunities to be able to really, in depth, get their responses. And it was with those 2 hours and 2.5 hours, it was, they were, it was ongoing. There was a lot said, there's a lot of examples, there were a lot of questions, etc. So I do the online training as well. And it's not only for, as I said, it was a full board, as well as management and staff of this particular organization. And as I say, I also do for clients and their staff. So as I said, to sum up, yes, I do face-to-face training. Yes, I have an online product as well, which means the clients can use that to reinforce their policies and procedures, as well as to provide their staff with refresher training. And then I also do general training. So instead of face-to-face training, I also do hybrid training, or in other words, Zoom training online. So hybrid online, like I'm doing it, like basically I'm doing at the moment, but in a Zoom environment. So I do that as well. Training is really significant because even if there's any form of serious workplace incidents or accidents or whatever it might be, one of the important things that I will also look at is, have you trained your staff? And the quality of training is also really important. So I'm able to do that. And most times what we do, because I customize my clients' policies and procedures and ensure that it's mitigating the risk within their business. So then we take in those policies and procedures, and most times when I've finished developing that whole safety management system for them, they are requesting, can you train my staff as well? So that's normally they connect it to that. So I'll help them with setting out the policies and procedures, but then we then do roll out the policies and procedures to their staff. So they get that holistic view. Their staff also begin to understand the whole system and the process in place. And that helps the client with compliance. So if you have any questions around safety and safety training, you can contact me. I am a qualified trainer. I design and develop training programs. Some clients have come to me and said to me, this is the issue I have in my workplace. Are you able to help me to address it? So when I develop the training program, I integrate any processes in place to be able to address the issues that they might have. So in other words, I develop the training that will address the safety issue that the client has told me about. So for example, it might be that, they might find that maybe their staff are not complying with a policy, and they might be doing it in a certain way. So I then look at it, whatever they're talking to me about and the concern they might have around their policy, and I might be able to find a scenario. I might be able to find an actual case that has happened, and the case, and maybe with it would be some penalties involved, and I'll integrate that into the training. So basically, if this is what you're doing, this is the possible consequences, and this is what it's going to look like. So as I said, yes, I have I have the standard training, but when I'm going to deliver for my clients, I also ensure that I'm addressing any issues that are rising within their business or anything of importance to them. They'll highlight, look, I need you to highlight this. I need you to highlight that. I'm concerned I have these issues. How can we better address it? So that's what I do. So thank you for listening. What I'm going to do, I'm going to include, when I upload this video, I'm going to include in the comments, I'm going to be able to include a link to my website. If you have any questions around my services or any questions around, what I've been talking about now about the training, I'm happy to speak to you about that. Just you can either send me, complete the form and just put in your requirements, and I can arrange a time to ring you if you put your details there, or otherwise you should be able to get my number online and you can just give me a call and I'm able to help you. So I do give a 30-minute free consultation. I'm happy to do that to answer your questions. So thank you so much. Have a good day.